Hi, everybody. This is a wee bit of alchemy. I'm Rick Barrett. Welcome. This week, we're going to continue with exploring Jin in a Taiji form. And so, just to review, Jin is where energy is expressed through the body and it's directed by spirit or consciousness. That is, you're focusing your energy and using it to use the body to move it in a specific way. So in other words, there's intentionality involved with Jin. That is, I want to do this. I'm going to do this. And there's also directionality. It's like, oh, we're going to go in this direction, whatever it may be. So some common Jins are like a Pong Jin, Peng, which is an up and out energy, and a Lu Jin, which is a down and in energy, and there are other whole bunch of other ones. There's Fa Jin, which is an explosive kind of energy, things like that. So all these are different ways of expressing your chi through your body. And the definition of Jin is always either it's like Li Chi or Chi Li, depending on that. And so if you have the Chi being the energy and Li, Li, being muscular force, so there's always some component there of muscle action there whenever we're talking about Jin. That is, you're using some degree of physicality in the expression. How much of that's going to vary from person to person, situation to situation. So you can have like 90% physicality and 10% chi, and that's a way of expressing Jin, a very coarse way. Or you can have it 50-50 or 80% energy and 20% body. And then beyond that, then we enter spirit into that. That is your ability to use your attention to direct this, and you're not limited by your conscious mind and your five senses. That is, you're able to access bigger energies and more information coming from beyond you as an individual. So you're tapping into what I call the big chi, and you're also at the same time opening up to awarenesses that are what we would call extrasensory, that is beyond the five senses. And that's where the fun begins. In the classics, they talk about the Jin being the bridge to spiritual illumination. They use even stronger words than that, words like enlightenment and things like that. But the idea is that we go from conscious feeling, which opens the door to understanding energy and being able to understand Jin. And then from there, that leads to this spiritual awakening or spiritual illumination. The approach, when we're using Taiji as a way of expressing Jin, is different than the way a lot of people see it. A lot of people, look to Taiji as just like, okay, I'm going to learn a bunch of moves here, and then I'm just going to trust my muscle memory and just be able to check out and just they're kind of like passengers on the train, kind of watching the scene as it goes by, and their bodies are doing what they've memorized. And this is the opposite of that. This is more like a NASCAR race where you're going down at 190 miles an hour, and you have to be constantly aware of everything that's going on there. And when you're in a super conscious state, you're able to process all this information at a much higher level. The classics talk about, there's one says that your appearance should be that of a falcon spotting a hare, and your spirit should be that of a cat catching a rat. And so that gives you that idea that you're not just coasting along, you're not just kind of drifting off. You're really focused and aware that each step of the way you're bringing your mindfulness to that step, and every step is volitional. That is, you're gathering your energy. Cheng Man Cheng said, you first mobilize the qi. So you gather that up in the yin phase, and then you express it in the yang phase. And today we're going to primarily focus on the yang phase, the jin, where the jin is expressed as a yang outward expression. In the future we'll get down to the yin phase and using jin in that way. But today it's going to be in the yang outward expression. So the more you can really get into that and really be a participant, a very active participant in your Taiji form, the more you approach this spiritual illumination that they talk about. In fact, there's one of the quotes which said, like, it's impossible to get back to your natural endowment, unless you do this, unless you bring your conscious awareness to this and you actually physically express these qualities. So with that in mind, let's stand up and let's do some Yang Chengfu 13 original postures, emphasizing the yang expressions of the Jin. Okay, so I'll start facing you, and then I'm going to turn around. A lot of people said they really like when I turn my back, and you can follow along as if we're doing it in the same way. So we're going to do that for this Taiji form. So some other things I like to do it facing you, so you can see what my hands are doing. But we're going to do this with my back to you as we do this. I'm going to start off just facing you, and then I'm going to turn around. Once you get your central equilibrium, so and your three pillars, starting with your central equilibrium. So put your heels together and your toes apart. And really soften your knees, allow yourself to sink down into your feet. Feel yourself sinking into your heels to start. Just allow yourself to feel that support there. Now shift forward so that you're centered more over the balls of your feet. And so this activates the yang energy in the body. You're still sinking down, but you're on the balls of your feet, just like you're going to pounce. You're on a diving board, and you're right at the edge of the diving board, and you're going to dive in. So you want to go on the balls of your feet. You're in a readiness position. Reach up with the crown of your head and tuck in your chin. So we have these poles in opposition. You're reaching up with your crown, sinking down through your feet. Your body is lengthening as you do this. Feel yourself getting very sung shung. You're just releasing down, except for the crown, which is reaching up, but very gently. When I say reach with the crown, you're not talking about muscular tension. There's no force involved. When you're tucking the chin, just a very gentle tuck. So you can feel the tensegrity along your back, along your spine, all the way down through your feet. There's a connection throughout your whole body, but it's a very relaxed one. Reach out with your elbows a little bit around your arms and point your index fingers. Feel your energetic coherence. So to do all those things I was talking about with the Jin, you need to be in a superconscious state. That is body, mind, spirit integration, which then allows you to move beyond your ordinary limitations and into a heightened state of awareness and a heightened state of physical ability. And then you want to spiral down to the left and spiral down to the right, just softening your hip joints, feeling into your sum qua, your body's sinking down. I'm going to turn around now. I'm going to keep that 3 pillars as we do the form. I'm going to guide you through the movements and particularly emphasizing the places where we're expressing the Yang Jin. So begin and feel the ball of your right foot, set your right knee and spiral down to the right. You're loading up that right leg and then turn to the right. So your weight is just about all your weight is in your right leg. Pick up your left heel and step out to the left. Feel the left heel, sit down into that left leg, and then turn, pivot on your right heel. So now your weight is 50-50. Take into your heels, and then go into the balls of your feet and reach up with your wrists. Elbows relaxed, and reach with your fingers. Open up your back. Feel that extension there. Feel the connection all the way through. And then sink into your heels. Reach down with your elbows. And lift your fingers down with your wrists. And now we're going to shift back into the balls of the feet and reach down with the fingers, open the joints. And this is a Yang Jin here. That is, we are actively connecting up or opening the energy gates in the Bai Hui at the top of the head, and the balls of the feet, or in the center of the feet, and the Yang Chuan points, the bubbling well, and also at the in the center of your palms here at the Lao Gung points. So we got the opening the 5 energy gates as we do this. And just breathe and feel into that. Place the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth and breathe through your nose. Tuck in your chin, reach from the crown, and just feel that energetic connection. So what we've done here is we've opened the energy gates. We also really have solidified, condensed our spirit, and we've created this superconscious state. We're really solidifying and condensing it, because that's going to feed us the rest of the way. So now you're going to sink into your left heel, spiral down to the right, and then turn. And go to the ball of your left foot and reach up with your right hand and reach out to the side. Open up your shoulders. Reach down with your left hand. So this is a Yang Jin here. We're expressing the energy of reaching to the right with that right arm. Feel the connection. That left hand is reaching down. That's the yin hand, and it is the negative pole on the circuit. So now you can sink into the right heel, spiral down to the left. You're loading up that right leg and turn. Reach with your right elbow, your right wrist, and then reach with your left hand as it circles up, and you reach out and reach out with both hands. So here we're expressing the Yang Jin here on the right side. Feel the connection through the ball of your right foot. Reach with the fingers. They particularly feel your index finger. Feel that energetic coherence. Reach with your elbows and open your shoulders. Now sink in your left heel. Spiral down to the right and turn. The right hand comes down. Reach with your left elbow. Now go into the ball of your left foot and reach with both hands. Reach with your elbows. Relax your shoulders. Your arms will be very relaxed. Reach with your fingers, particularly your index fingers. Feel that Yang Jin there as we're expressing it through the cloud hands posture here. Continue cloud hands, sink into your right heel. Spiral down to the left. Then turn to the right. Reach with your right elbow. Your right wrist. Your left hand is circling up. Reach out with both hands. Feel that Yang Jin there as you're expressing. Sink into your right heel, spiral down to the right. Pick up your left heel and step out with your left foot. Sink into your left heel, spiral down to the right. And then turn. Your right hand comes down, reach with your left elbow. Reach with both hands, extend, step in with your right foot. Feel that connection through your left, the ball of your left foot. Reach with the crown of your head. Feel that Yang expression there. You're expressing energy out through your hands. Now sink into your right heel, spiral down to the left, and turn to the right. Reach with your right elbow, and your right hand turns into a bird's beak. Your left hand cups under your navel. Spiral down to the right, and then turn to the left. And as you do, all the weight's on your right leg, your right foot, and you reach out with the right hand. Your right wrist should be up around ear level, if not a little higher. Your shoulders relaxed, but you're reaching out with that wrist. Your fingers are touching each other as you extend out. Your left hand is still under your navel. Feel that Yang expression there. So this is a Yang Jin, but it's sort of a halfway point. We've gone yin to yang here, but it's a little yang. We're going to think down to the right, step, left heel, set your left knee, reach up with your left hand. You're opening your shoulders, reaching out, and then turn. As you turn, you rotate your left hand, your left forearm, and reaching forward with your left hand, reaching out with your right hand, sinking into that left leg. So this is the Yang expression here, the Yang Jin. Your right leg is almost straight. Your back is in line with your right leg. You're really committing to that front leg. You're feeling the ball of that left foot. Feel the connection between your hands and your foot. And both feet, the left foot is the substantial one, the right is the insubstantial one, but they're both contributing to this process, to creating the energy for this Jin. Spiral down to the, sink into your left heel, spiral down to the right, and then turn to the left. Reach up with your right hand and step forward a little bit with your right foot. Your weight's still in your left leg. You're on the ball of your right foot. You're reaching up with your right hand, reaching down with your left. Feel that extension there. Feel the poles in opposition. And this is a yin move, but we're feeling those poles in opposition. We're gathering the chi. We're mobilizing the chi. So now we're going to sink into the right heel and spiral down to the left. The right hand comes down and makes a fist under your navel. Your left hand comes up to your chest. You're sinking your weight into the right foot, the right quad. You're loading up. You're mobilizing your chi because now you're going to turn back to center and go into the toe of your left foot as you reach out with your left hand. So this is the Yang expression of the Jin here. The right hand is the yin hand, it's reaching down. The left hand is reaching forward and out. You're connecting that up through your whole body, through the ball of your right foot. That's where you're getting your yin connection to the earth. You're reaching with the crown of your head. You're getting the yang connection of the heavens there. You're tapping into the big chi. And then step to the left. Sink into your left heel and spiral down to the left and reach forward with your right hand, palm up. Pivot on your right heel. Sink into your right heel and turn. Reaching with your right hand. Come in on the ball of the toe of your left foot and reach up with your right hand. Reach down with your left. So this is the yang expression of the white crane spreads wings. So here we're going to really open up. You want to reach with your elbows, reach with your wrists, reach with your fingers. You're feeling the ball of your right foot. Reach with the crown of your head. Feel that expansiveness. This whole move is very yang, very expansive, very powerful. The vector of this Jin is it's like you're slapping down, crushing down with your right hand. Feel the vector of that and the intentionality. You're prepared to move with that. Now sink into your right heel, spiral down to the right, step with the left foot, and sink into the left foot. Right hand crosses down. Pivot on your right heel, turning out, and left hand comes across. Right hand reaches up. Reach with the wrist. The hand is just sort of hanging. And step forward with your left foot. Sink into your left heel, set the left knee. Spiral down to the right, and then left hand comes across. And this is where the Yang Jin is happening here. The directionality is you're reaching straight forward with the right hand, and the left hand is coming across. You're reaching forward, straighten that back leg, and feel that when I talked about the cat catching the rat and the hare, the falcon spotting the hare. This is what that kind of sense of readiness there. The chi must be excited and excitable. That's what's in the classics too. You want your chi to be excited. You are calm. You're the center of the storm, but the chi is mobilized. Sink into your left heel. Reach out with your left hand. Sink into your right heel. Turn your palms out to the right side and spiral down to the right. Step back and on the heel of your left foot. Just play guitar. So we got a combination of energies here, this Jin. So there's a Jin of compression, compressing together, even though we're maintaining this. The arms should come straight out from the shoulders, not across like this, but straight out from the shoulders. You're reaching forward with your hands, but you're also there's a forward and down. There's kind of this this energy here. So there's a compression, a reaching out, and the two arms working in tandem. There should be a lot of communication there between the two hands. Line up your right palm with your left elbow. Your left arm is reaching out a little farther. So feel that Yang Jin there. Feel the power of that. Reach with your elbows. Open your shoulder joints. Feel the chi in your arms. As you open the shoulders, you feel that shoulder Jin happening. Sink into the right heel. Spiral down to the right. Step back with your left foot and reach forward with your right hand, palm down. Left hand, palm up. So we're mobilizing the chi here. Spiral down to the left. Step forward with the left heel. Spiral down to the left, and then now here comes the Yang Jin here. We reach forward and strike with the fingers. So we're mobilizing the chi so that the chi is moving down and your fingers are turning into iron bars as you reach out. You're pulling down with the right hand, and that creates poles in opposition, which allows more energy to shoot out through your hands. What this is also doing is it's creating bone density. You're animating the marrow in your bones as you do this. So particularly for people who are concerned with losing bone density as they get older, this is a really important quality to develop. You're working to get these steel bars wrapped in cotton, as the classics say. So sink into your left heel, spiral down to the left, and then pivot on your right heel. Sink into your right heel, spiral down to the left, and then turn and bring your feet a little bit wider than hip width in a bow stance. You're reaching up with the left hand and down with the right. Feel that energetic connection. And sink into your left heel, spiral down to the right, turn. Step in with your right foot. Right hand comes up, turns into a fist. Turn, reach with your right elbow and step out with your right foot. Sink into the heel. Now sink into the ball of your right foot as you set your elbow and reach down. Your forearm comes down so that it's parallel with the ground. Your fist is palm up. You're striking with the back fist here. This is turn and strike with back fist. Reach, open your shoulders, feel that extension. So what's our vector? Our vector is down, but it's also out. So there's a reaching involved, and that reaching creates a tensegrity in the body. And the direction of the energy is down. Now sink into your left heel, spiral down to the right, reach back with your right elbow, and circle out with the left hand. Your body is turning. You don't want to pull your elbow back past your body. You just want to pull it back so it lines up with your torso, palm up, reaching out with that left hand. So here we're pulling back the bowstring. This is where we gather the chi. We mobilize the chi with this. We're pulling back the bowstring, so now we sink into that right foot, set the right knee, spiral down to the right, and then we turn. And the turn of the body, you reach forward with your fist, with your right wrist, 3 fingers on the forearm, straighten your back leg, relax, and the vector is straight ahead. You're driving through with this one. Pivot on your left heel. Set your left knee, spiral down to the right, and then the left hand comes down under your navel. You're reaching out with that right hand. Spiral down to the left. Left hand circles up, right hand comes down, both hands open. Step in with the right foot. Right hand comes and turns back into a fist. Turn, reach with that right elbow. Step with the right foot. Feel the right heel. Push your right knee out, set that, and then strike with back fist again. So this move is kind of important because we're doing it twice in a row here. So feel that vector there, opening your shoulders, reaching with your elbows, feeling that elongation. Everything is elongated. And then sink into your left heel, pivot on your right heel, left hand circles up, right hand circles around to the side, reach back with your right elbow, body turns. You're lining those up. You sink into your right foot. Set your right knee, step up with your left foot and step forward. You're reaching out with that left hand. You're pulling back the bowstring, mobilizing the chi. Feel that connection there. And then sink into your left foot and turn and punch. Straighten that back leg. Direction is straight ahead. Feel the connection through the ball of your right foot, your left foot. I'm sorry, put your right fist, left foot. But you're also feeling the ball of your left foot as the insubstantial pole in this. Sink into your right heel. Spiral down to the right. Left hand circles up. Right hand circles to the side. Pivot on your left heel. Right hand comes down. Sink into your left heel. Push your left knee out, set that. Release the qual, spiraling down. And step forward with your right foot. Feel that right heel. Push your right knee forward. Reach with both elbows. Open your shoulders. So feel the hands, it's poles in opposition. Notice that my right hand is reaching down and the palm is turned. I'm going to be going this way. I'm going to be rotating my forearm. So, but for right now, it's down. It's kind of pointing down to the ground here with the palm facing back. Reaching, spiraling down like that. Left hand up here around my chest. So I'm like this. And as I turn my body, I go into the ball of my right foot. I reach with that right elbow, opening my shoulders. Reach my left elbow and rotate my forearm. So this is coming up the vector on this Pongjin. It's an up and out energy. But we're giving a little turn here. There's a little spiral that goes into that. So the energy is going like this as this comes up. Once it makes contact, it lifts the person who's being contacted. That's that Pongjin. It's coming up and it's expressing it outward. Sinking to that the ball of the right foot, set your right knee, straighten that back leg, feel your back straight. Really commit to that front leg. The left palm is facing the right palm like this. About like you got a cantaloupe in your hand there. And there's the Lao Gong points. I talked about them before when I talked about the 5 energy gates. The Lao Gong points here are talking to each other. And these are both yang poles. So it's creating a field between them, an excitable field between them. It creates this very lively energy that's bubbling up and out. Feel into that. Really commit to that. Feel the directionality. It's up and out, but it also has that spiral, and the spiral kind of goes on to infinity. The left hand is the yin hand, and it's holding that pole in opposition there. Both are yang poles in the Lao Gong points, but they're creating this field between them, like two positive poles of a magnet. pushing against each other. Sink into your right heel. Spiral down to the right and reach out with your hands. Feel that extension. Sink into your left heel. Spiral down to the right. But here we're gathering, we're mobilizing the chi. We're going to be turning to the left here. But we want to have some oomph in it. This is where we get the Lu Jin, which is down and in. So we're starting up by what? We're expanding outward. Because now we're going to reverse that. You know, we've kind of stretched the rubber band in one direction. Now we're going to turn it and go the other way, reaching out as we turn. So the vectors are compound. The arms are reaching out, extending outward. And that pulls the tensegrity of the arms together. So whenever you're moving, your arms are relaxed, but they're reaching. You're opening up and feeling that tensegrity of the connective tissue, which also allows the energy to transfer. So here we are, we're turning. So we're in the ball of the left foot. And the whole body turns as a unit, reaching out. It's like you're taking a box off a table. You're going like this, and you're turning. You're bringing it over here, and you're going to set it down over here. You end up so that when you end up, you want to end up with your hands in front of your shoulders, not quite that high, but they're down actually here around waist high. But they're lined up with your shoulders. You don't want to go past your body at all, because that you just feel that you can feel the chi getting blocked when you do that. Here we're reaching out there, and so there's a directionality. There's out, which creates that tensegrity, but there's also an in and down with the energy as well. Feel the ball of the left foot. Reach with your fingers. Reach with your elbows and your wrists. Open your shoulder joints. Reach to the crown of your head. Tuck in your chin. Feel that whole body energetic connection. Feel the heel of the right foot. I'm sorry, sink into the heel of the left foot first. Sink into the heel of the left foot, spiral down to the left. And as you do that, rotate your forearms so your palms are facing down, and reach up with your wrists up to about chest height. Reaching out with your elbows. Your arms very relaxed. Sink into your right heel, spiral down to the left. Now go into the ball of your right foot and turn. And as you turn, you bring the left palm to your right wrist. Reach out with your elbows, open your shoulders. The impetus here is that the left hand is reaching forward, your right hand is reaching back, and they're squeezing together, but they're not doing it very hard. They're not doing a very good job of squeezing there. It's a very light touch, but the intention is there. The intentionality is to bring those together. You're combining those two forces so that the combined forces have this forward and up kind of energy, sort of an amplified Pongjin, reaching with the elbows. But there's also this additional quality here of the squeezing. So together they squeeze, and then they reach up and out. Feel that ball of the right foot. Reach out with your elbows, open your shoulders. Okay. And this is the press. Now we're going to the push. Sink into your left heel. Separate your hands. Reach up with your wrists. Relax your hands. So here you're gathering and sinking, and then you reach down, and it's as if you're compressing. You're reaching down, sinking down, as if you have a beach ball in your hand, and you're in a swimming pool, and you're kind of pushing the ball down under the water. Feel that compression, even though you're not using any muscular force. We're mobilizing the chi here by compressing down. And then sink into your right heel. Push your right knee forward. Release down into your right quad. Now feel the ball of your right foot and feel that beach ball getting the water pressure under it is shooting up and out. So in this Anjin, we have a combination chi. We sink here, we press down. It's like a wave. We're sitting down, and then you feel that wave coming through your feet, up through your body, down your arms, out through your hands. And just feel that wave coming through you, expressing outward. So it's down and then up. This is the push. Now sink into your left heel. Travel down to the right. Reaching out with your hands as you do this. This time the right hand stays put. And as you turn your body, your left hand comes across. Pivot on your right heel. Reaching out with both arms. Feel that extension. Open your chest, open your shoulders. Sink into your right heel and step back with your left. Sink into both heels, 50-50. And sit down, hands come down, reach down, sink. As if you're gathering this whole armful of chi as you're coming up. Right hand on the outside, right arm on the outside, and reach with your elbows, reach with your wrists, expand. You're feeling that yang expansion. So it looks like this. So there's this, the energy here is, the directionality is, it's big, it's explosive, it's out there. Although we've contained it, we've mobilized the chi, but it wants to go this way. Boom! But right now we're doing that. We're taking all that and we're compressing it down. And where's it going? It's going straight forward. So we've compressed all that energy. We've funneled it down to this. So they have this very yang expansion here. And now we're going to go into the heels and separate. And we let all that go and we reach down with your elbows. Get very, very, very yin. So as big a yang expression as that last one was, the cross hands. This is the closing. And this is very yin. We're bringing it all back home. We're going back into the Wu Chi, the undifferentiated nothingness. Feel yourself sinking down. Feel the chi kind of dripping down through your feet, down into the earth. Letting go. Feeling very, very shung. Sitting, releasing down. Sink into your right heel and step in with your left foot. Sink into your heels. Really relax into that. Feel yourself letting go. Now go into the balls of your right feet, balls of your feet, and the arms come up. Expansion, yang. One final yang. And sink into your heels and the big yin completion. Here we're throwing the chi away. And this is where we're converting our chi into essence, what's called Jing. Different than Jin. This is Jing. Jing. Throwing away the qi and allowing it to transmute into our essence. Your Jing is sort of it's an expression of your prenatal qi. This is what makes you you, your unique quality as a being. You feel that emptiness there. Just feel the qi condensing into the marrow of your bones, into each cell. Feel the circulation in your arms. Feel that qi converted into the Jing and just feel it animating your organs, doing whatever repairs need to be done. And please have a seat. How was that? Great. Any thoughts, questions, comments, complaints? Anything you want to share with the nice people on YouTube? Pretty quiet today. Dave! You're on mute, Dave. You're on mute.
There we go. There we
Here we
go.
go.
Uh, y- you know, it's great. It's just getting for me at least, um, I have a little trouble focusing my mind, so I just let it go really. But just feeling the movement in my body and feeling the energy is really great. And it helped me to be able to watch you, Rick, uh, when you were facing back, you had your back to me at least. That's easier for me to follow.
Uh, I'm getting that feedback from a few people that they like they like my backside.
I like your
So
front side too, but it's easier to follow on the
great.
so. Okay.
Cool. Thanks, Dave. Debbie.
I thought it was good having you face the other direction, but I really appreciated the way you turned to show us the hand gestures because I wasn't exactly right on all of those. So thank
Cool.
you.
Good. Good. So that's a nice combination there. So that's good. Great. Lynn.
So I used the length of time it took to explain moves that I was comfortable with to just go into kind of a standing meditation, which really allowed me to more feel the Jin, right? So it was kind of like each move I was doing a little standing meditation, and then we would go into the next move, and I would, have a little standing meditation, and that really allowed me to like concentrate on the separations of the poles, the differing energies pulling different ways and that sort of thing. That was very nice. I felt a lot of good energy moving around there.
Great. Great. So I mean we took like 40 minutes to do a 5-minute form. And so there's lots of room there to do exactly as you were saying there. Really just stop and just kind of feel into each posture and reap the harvest of all that chi. Oh, Richard.
Um, I would like, if it makes any sense, to do the form focusing on the transition of vector to vector.
Hmm.
Does that make any
Explain.
sense?
What vector to vector are you talking about?
Well, every posture has a principal vector. And I'm just thinking that it would be that I would like to hear and see the transition of the vector in one posture to the primary vector in the next posture.
Excellent.
So that the
That's
form
good.
is kind of a transition of vector to vector to vector to vector.
Cool.
And to try to smooth that out in my head. You know?
Okay. That's a good request there. I like that. That's something that we can definitely get into. If people like doing this kind of breakdown of a Taiji form and really focusing on the energies there, we can ride this pony for a little while if people are into it.
Yeah. I think we're definitely into it.
Cool. Good.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. See a few heads nodding yes. Uh, any nays? Anybody? Now I'm done with this. Okay. All right. Cool. We'll do some more of that. We'll do some more of the yin preparation um, next week, and we'll start to look at it that way. Cool. Anybody else? Valerie.
I know this is going to be taken the wrong way, but that was
How could it not be?
that was a lot of work. But I don't mean like, it was a lot of work in a really good way. It was a lot of work.
Good. 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 That's what I was hoping for. So yay. Making you guys work. This is good. Jonathan.
This is almost a technical question. It's a very beginner's question too. I think, as Lynn says, there's a lot of chi manufacturing going on with this form, the way we did it, like almost like a qigong thing with movement. But if I just move my arm in any way, like without thinking about it, am I creating chi? Because it seems like it's not like the mind leads the chi. It's like the mind has to be there to create the chi with the movement. So I'm wondering if that's true.
Going to involve chi.
Any movement does, right? That's what I thought. Any movement creates chi, but if you're not feeling,
that's why even if you do bad Tai Chi, you can still get lots of benefit from it.
But so what's creating the, ballet dancers? People move all the time, and they're not buzzing like we're buzzing, with this chi feeling, the blood racing, right? Or maybe we are, and we just don't notice it. We're just enhancing it. I think that's my question, I guess, is how much of this bubbly, effervescent feeling we get is coming from the mind, not just leading it, but creating it, and how much is, just the form unkinked or something done well?
Well, ideally, it's a marriage of the physicality and the spirit.
Sure.
Spirit is it says this is important. I want this to happen. And then the body goes through this thing. And all the while, if we slow it down like this and create this mindfulness of each minute detail,
right,
we don't have a chance to go thinking about what am I going to make for dinner.
Right.
All that matters is this movement, that not the next movement, not the movement I came from, but the movement I'm doing now. So there's this prolonged immersion in the present moment, which is what I think guides us toward that spiritual awakening, that spiritual illumination that they're talking about, is the fact that we're in this state of prolonged, intense nowness. It's like you don't have to remind yourself to be here now. You're here. You're doing something. You're giving the mind something to do so that there's nothing happening but now. And so I think that's a combination of the two.
Okay, no, I get that, but I guess it was just, I've always heard the mind leads the chi, but like tonight, it was like, okay, so how much is the mind really making the chi, not just leading it once it's there? It's there, now the mind can direct it. Or, oh, well, wait a minute. So much is coming in because we're doing it so slowly I'm thinking, our mind is on it, right? And so is it the slowness of the movement that's creating the extra chi, or is it the extra concentration of the mind that's cooking it up at such a higher level for, I think, for most all of us, I guess.
If I were to boil your question down to one short answer, I would say it's poles in opposition, which is a product of mind. Mind says, this is not that. I am holding them separate. Even though in the grand scheme of things, this is that. And it's all one and that kind of thing. But you can't have energy unless this is not that. And this is
I hear
what
you're saying.
Here.
Yeah, it's more than somebody who doesn't do Tai Chi just sticking their arms out, because once you put the poles in, now we're doing Tai Chi, tensegrity comes right into it. Right. And there's some extra movement going in there, as subtle as it is, isn't it? Because it's a pole held in opposition is different than hands just facing each other.
Right, yes.
So as subtle as it is, it's all the more intense for the subtlety in a way. Right. I guess, and that's okay. It has
to come from that divided mind.
Yeah. That's a great answer. Thank you.
That internal conflict. That's where we get into the chi must be excited and excitable. This is where we get the cat, catching the rat. That kind of. It's like
Right.
All the while you have this demeanor of the sage, as you're doing this. So it makes it. It's a beautiful combination. Richard, you had something.
Oh, I'm always thinking about the stories that I've heard from rock climbers, and that rock climbing is one of the most meditative things you can do. And it's because of the total concentration and removal of the static. And and thinking of the mind's leading the chi, well, the mind is leading the movement. So at some very basic level, between the decision or the reflex to move, the mind is leading all of that process. So at what point does it bring the chi in? That's another question to ponder.
Well, I think it's instantaneous.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think we're just becoming aware.
That, and the mind is guided by the Shen.
Right.
So so that Shen creates the space for this to occur, and that's because you moved into a superconscious state.
And our awareness of these things that we're learning helps us to magnify their effects.
Bingo. Cool. Okay, one more. We're going to wrap this up. Scott.
Well, I'm definitely going to have to wring out my clothes because that was a lot of sweat. But I don't know what Lynn thought, but I thought the amount of explanation and telling us what was going on as we were doing it and how it's going and where it's going and everything else I thought it was great.
Terrific. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Thank you all so much. It's been great getting the signal from the producer. Okay. Thank you, producer.
Thank you, Maria.
Thanks, producer.
Thank you all so much. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you, Rick.
Hey.
Thanks to the staff.